Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Cool. Alright, so I like to perform spoken word pieces without looking at paper because I feel like you can build a better connection with your audience when you can look each person in the eye. Unfortunately, I've been working on some new shit, and I'm really, really proud of it. And it's something through new friendships, new relationships, I'm learning to say about myself. I often look for self-validation in other people, and that's something I didn't realize I had been doing for a while. So I went to a workshop. I was blessed to be given a scholarship to go to the William Joyner Institute at UMass this summer, where Danielle LaGrosse-Georges, she is the Boston Poet Laureate. She is the first Haitian woman to be elected to a position such as that. Taught me more about myself, and she asked a question. She asked, how do you write Black beautiful? Okay, they want me to speak louder. She asked me, how do you write Black beautiful? And I honestly did not have an answer for her. Everything I've been taught about being Black, even while growing up in a half-Black home, has been not so beautiful. You must have straight hair if you're going to be accepted in this family. I can't see your face, Nena. We're Black, but we are not that Black. There's something to be said about having space at a table that you do not cook the food for. And so I'm such a nerd, I began to study how I could write Black beautiful. I looked at the word Black, and everything that Webster's and Merriam's dictionary defines it as is something negative. So thank God I have poet friends like Aldo Tambolini, who was like, Black is the beginning, DiDi. And I was like, oh shit, you're right. So, I was still stuck though. Like, I'm 32. I've had 32 years of this conditioning that Black, I gotta juggle it. You know what I'm saying? I can't wear braids to work, right? This is a new me, right? No one's ever really seen me in braids. I can't wear braids to work because it's considered unprofessional. And what does that mean? Wherever I came from, everyone had braids. Everyone let their hair come out their head the way it was supposed to. You know, you have young activists now, these elementary and middle school young ladies who are like, this is my hair. You cannot tell me what to do with my hair. And so, still struggling with it. And you will never guess who helped me write this poem. It was not a Black person. It was none other than Megyn Kelly. If any of you listen to spoken word pieces on YouTube or Button Poetry, you've probably heard of a poet whose name is Crystal Valentine. Thank you. Crystal Valentine is the most awesome person to me this month, last month, and maybe even next month. She has a line that says, how can you say that Jesus was a white man when he died in the blackest way possible, with his hands up, with his mother watching, crying in the street? And ever since she said that, I was like, oh my God, I gotta get my entire life together. So this is the poem. It's an ode to Crystal Valentine. On how to respond when the Bible is used as an eraser. For when the news reporter says that Jesus is white, 1. Immediately create a succession of 4 to 5 tweets telling Fox News anchor Megyn Kelly that in the beginning, when God created the heavens and earth, to remember the original color was black, and God did all of this in the dark. Remind her how the sun and constellations are more like throw pillows on the softest leather onyx couch, too. Ask her to consider how the Spirit of God was the first sunlight to touch the water. How he experimentally set darkness apart from light to see how it would react in its new environment. In response to my Google search images that depict the Christ as being white, the lens should read that God created Adam to see what would white do if it could walk and think on its own 2 feet. Perhaps he ribbed up Eve or Lilith or both so that white men could go to bed with a comfortable companion, sort of like being under the covers of white fragility, privilege, guilt. 3, remind her how sin started out swollen on the neck of Eve. Abel's life was taken, like non-consensual sex behind a dumpster. The book of James said that there's no difference in what sin has been committed. We all sin the same, y'all. The exile of Cain, though, was probated from murder to just name-calling. The first light sentencing for a white offender, setting the precedence for Brock Turners everywhere. Because ain't prison and solitary confinement so severe, y'all? Four, remind her how he sent the flood to wash his first mistake away. Look, do you see how the stars actually interrupt the night sky? Under a different meniscus, black illuminates the Milky Way. The way butterflies rest easy on the dark side of poetry, because isn't that the best side, y'all? 5, conclude Megan's lesson with the following. Tell her that the unabridged version of any religion remains locked away in our hearts chained. Like, remind her that in Joel chapter 2, verse 6, that when people are in anguish, pale contorts. Like the color black runs away, sort of like the enslaved slaves ran away north to freedom, Megan? And how ironic is it that in Revelation chapter 6, the white horse was made to conquer, the red horse was made for war, the pale horse has represented death and all of its hell. And all this injustice has been weighing and flogging on the backs of all the black horses holding balance.